Oh my! I don't see where I am on this map. I was just on a hike on the spring trail from the Wahsega 4-H Center, and I seem to have lost the trail. Now I can't figure out where I'm at. I think I'm lost.
Did someone say lost?
Yeah, I did.
Well, did you do any lost proofing before you hit the trails today?
Lost proofing? No.
Do you know any of the basic needs of survival or the rules of threes?
No, I don't know what that is. I was just out for a walk in the woods.
Well, no worries, because today's your lucky day. I'll be teaching you some basic survival skills for if you ever get lost in the woods or find yourself in a survival situation.
Wow, I'm glad I met you.
Well, let's get you out of these woods.
All right.
Hey everyone, my name is Adam Rouse, and I'm the program coordinator for Wahsega 4-H Center. I'm standing here at our spring trail, which leads us into the Chattahoochee National Forest. But before you go on a hike, you want to do something called lost proofing yourself. Lost proofing yourself, you can do that by wearing the proper clothing, proper shoe wear, having on the appropriate equipment, knowing the trail, or also having a compass or GPS unit with you. And one of the most important things you can do to lost proof yourself is tell a family member or a friend where you are going and when you should be back, even if you have another buddy with you. That way, if you get in a survival situation, people will know where to find you. Now today, we're just going to be going on a day hike, so I have my day backpack on, but if I was going to go on an overnight trip, I'll be bringing my pack that has all my other gear in it. But with that, let's head on into the forest. Here at Wahsega, we take lost proof yourself very seriously, but things don't go always according to plan. Knowing what to do in a survival situation can help ensure that you make it home safely. You may be asking yourself, what is survival? Survival is living on with the resources you have available in the most comfortable way possible. And a survival situation can be a situation that puts you in danger, and this can be when you get hurt, lost, sick, or if the weather changes suddenly, which it does in the mountains a lot. Now, a very important rule to remember is the rule of 3. It's kind of like a countdown. You can survive 3 weeks without food, though I could barely even go the morning without food, 3 days without water, 3 hours without shelter, and that's when it throws a lot of people off because it's like, I've been outside for 3 hours before, but imagine I was wearing the exact same outfit, but it was the middle of the winter in the mountains and say a snowstorm hit. If I didn't get shelter, within that 3 hours, I could suffer from hypothermia. You can also survive 3 minutes without oxygen, or the most important one of all, 3 seconds without a positive mental attitude. And that means staying calm if you get in a survival situation, taking account for what's around you, and not getting panicky. Because if you panic, you can make the situation worse. So with those rules of 3 in mind, let's go a little further into the forest. So I've been carrying this pack all day, and I wanted to go over just some of the equipment I brought with me. I love a good walking stick because it helps getting up and down those hills. Of course, you need water to stay hydrated. Never go on a hike without it. Also, as we covered earlier, I love to eat, so I bring plenty of food and make sure they're good, healthy snacks. I have a GPS unit, but it requires batteries and service in order to work, so something that might be better to have with you is a compass because it doesn't need either of those. Now, if we need to start a fire, I have something to start our fires with. We have rope, a poncho, because just in case the weather changes and it starts to rain, but also I can use this to collect water, but you should never drink directly from a water source before purifying it. I at least have 2 sources of light on me. We have a map of the facilities and grounds, so that way if we get lost, we know where to go. Bug spray, our sunscreen, hand sanitizer, which is really important, and of course, a first aid kit just in case we need it. Now these are just some of the things I have with me. You should always change your pack depending on the area you're going to be going in, how long you're going to be gone, and of course the terrain. We accidentally stayed out too late, but we kept that positive mental attitude, remembered to breathe, and looked around us and what we could use to build a nice structure. So behind me, I have a lean-to structure. We took a stick, leaned it up against a tree, and then crisscrossed more sticks across it. And you want to cover it in leaves on the top and on the inside because it's going to help with insulation and also keeping you dry. So I'm going to crawl on in here for a good night's rest. I might have some creepy crawling friends in there with me, but don't worry, if I sleep with my mouth open, that's just extra protein. Now that you know a little bit about loss briefing yourself, what to carry in your backpack, the rules of the three, and what to do in a survival situation, do you feel better prepared to go hiking today?
I do, Adam. I've already found my way back to the trail. I got my backpack fully loaded for my next hike. I've got water. I called my mom so she knows where I'm going, when I'll be back. Got my compass ready. I'm gonna go for another hike right now.
Awesome, have a great time.
I'll see you.
Thank you so much for joining us at Wahsega 4-H Center, learning a little bit about survival and survival situations. If you have any questions, please comment in the video section. We also attach a fun coloring sheet and worksheet to this video. And please be sure to tune in next week for Wahsega Wednesdays, from the mountains to the sea.